how long?
10 minutes? Yeah.
Another 10 minutes. Okay, what I'll do from this then,
questions at the end.
yeah, is I'm just going to read ones, before I take questions at the end, I'm going to do a bowl for the toilet, so I'm glad I've only got 10 minutes to go. But what I'm going to do is just read this thing about, as I say, taking constraints. I found very interesting and very productive. And I'm just going to read poems which are exactly 36 words long, which is the last and most productive constraint that I've had. I will read something just from this at the end. It's stuff that's not published yet. Just 2 poems. So 36 word poems. Earlier even than morning, yet the hands are hard at work. The maid yawns in the straightened room. Factotum promenades. Gun cools, dust settles, while the goods are fenced. Lone sharks with lone wolves co-evolve, whirled up. If you think of the world of Buddhism, where everything, there's no creation, there's no God, creator God. Instead, you have everything mutually affecting everything else. Everything is already in being always. So at any given moment, if the word were to be created now, everybody is already, you're created sitting here in this room listening to me. And that was what that is doing. Basically, you know, it's a world, it's a creation myth with everything already in action. The variety of the world, given it's created. Not all plants are alike. Some are astringent, some are salty, some sour, some sweet. Some men are short-lived, some long, some ugly, others fortunate, weak, strong, stupid, clever, poor, rich. Was it brevity you wanted? The difficulty of telling what's what. After the fun, night closes down the empty rooms. She has a figure, this one, and what hair. But see, the posture is unnatural. If it gazes long, unblinking at the dark, then it's not real. These are intended to have part of the quality of riddles. You may or may not be able to work out what they are. They're sort of like one-liners, well, like jokes. If you don't like it, if it doesn't work for you, there's another one along in a moment. It's like a bus. Excess of seeing turned her eyes to milk, whiter than eggs, softer than clouds, they dream across her face. Venus, they say, had an arse of straw. Cold stars wheeze at the gable end. Don't go. Numbers and cyclic repetitions we abstracted from stars, exhausting those high habitats of deities. Regularity conserved in calendars and clocks constructed out of water, sand or wheels, and so can set the exact hour for dinner. All this calculation of the universe, all this long process of technical, cultural evolution to develop the clock, and we use it for telling us when is the polite time to eat. I'm easily amused. Presence of the angel of death is generally acceptable, even following a series of happy scenes. It adds a certain weight, difficult to achieve by other means. Having small children play naive divinities may also work. Now remember, each of these is 36 words long. I found after I got into this that fairly soon I could tell when I was within the zone for 36 words. I might have to go back and add a couple or trim or whatever, but I knew pretty much exactly what's the phrase length, as it were, for 36 words. Now, you listening to these are all 36 words uninterrupted apart from by me yattering. You should be able to tell when the end is coming up. Can you guess what's going to happen? Eye masked behind its own force, mouth issuing fears and agitated reminiscence through which both threats and pleadings are sensible, fists beating, feet pacing, body twisted between vehement extremities. Ah, yes, you're trafficking in feelings. See that one coming? Stone, human, sky. We're in the emotional section here. Stone, human, sky, bedded 3-ply, colour leaching levels down, air glows diaphanous, sediments obscure. As human sentiment grows colourable, memory is heavy freight. Sky exalts light, cold sumps black out. The heart is a chambered habitat. Oh, we really are in the emotional section. Let's have a market in affects. Bulls gravitate to rage, bears to disproportionate sadness. Shorts, considering happiness overvalued, are active there. Options offer profits with significant risk. Secondary markets trading used securities are deep and abject. Any of you who have large amounts in the stock market will have appreciated that. You know the old stories about during the French Revolution with the guillotine, about the head being cut off but still expression continuing on the face, the eyes moving still in the head. This is one of the first of the 36 worders that I wrote. It is not unknown for the eyes to continue blinking intermittently. 1 equals yes, twice no. Tears don't count. Then can the mouth still crave, still offer a pleasure? Nose experience disgust? What pains the phantom heart? You know the idea of a phantom limb? Well, if the heart is cut off, it's a phantom heart. As in another man, a clock might tour quite happily until it struck his brain to kingdom come. In him, a rancour appeared to circulate, so that at inopportune moments his head would start pleading angrily. With the 36 words, there isn't room enough to develop a character. There may be no subject for the verb. There objects of verbs are left out. You can distort grammar. You've got a reason to. It's like a photograph. Think about, Degas, the way photography affected paintings, where he can put in, the leg of a ballerina or something like this without having the rest of the body. It's not normally done in poetry. I can't think why not. I dig my 10 nails into the door. They are like the scribbling of a child, like the imprint of a bird's feet, like the scars of an old wound, the efforts of a starving man. The marvellous bird won't sing on every branch. I don't always have a quilted bed. Pity me, wait for me, turn to me, kiss me, pity me. Red apple, eating, straw bale, sleeping. Turn to me. Oh, tiny universe, alongside the many other possible universes, some of which could easily be 10 or 1,000 times more vast, you were small, pretentious, and a little pathetic. I will keep you for later. Barbarians are bad at walls, ours keep them out. Hordes break like a river against our bastions and then flow on. Sweet orchards, gentle hands we have. The hands of slaves draw sweet water up. Successively, each emperor's doubles were assassinated, then himself. Therefore, this stratagem. Our latest emperor was chosen secretly. No one informed, not even the elect. It worked. Somewhere he lives obscurely on, quite unaware he is a god. They found a bucket filled with tears. Now they demand whose property is this. Who so decries their state? No need, they say, not now. So why this weeping without owner, function, future? Why these tears? There's a passage in, I don't know which novel it is, I've been trying to find it for a while, find it again, a novel by Dickens, where one of the characters says, there's a pain in this room, but I'm not sure who has it. I like that. That was partly what I had in mind, with that, the notion of just a weeping going on. And in a sense, nobody owning it, but everybody empathising with it, being able to have part of it. Say, how was the table set? Were the knives angled just so? Did one dog loiter here, another there, multitudes yawn? What was the appearance of the man in her bed? I foresee empires laid waste. Some 40 years later, approaching the capital, they heard it rattle and wheeze like a toy. Once within, only with difficulty maintained balance. On streets still slick and caked with human fat. Or was it 20? The incident in that is the Mongols under Genghis Khan burning Beijing with all its inhabitants. Narratives neither begin nor end with combat. Innocence begins because that's what's been lost. Closures are private, solitary, mood complex with guilt and duty. Then that's fresh meat for dinner, said the picture of a knife.